Hello, my name is Simon. I'm a cybersecurity engineer, an active cybersecurity practitioner. I also do a lot of research when it comes to cybersecurity and networking. And I do write blogs about Linux configurations and cybersecurity. Our topic today is about cloud, and as I had promised, we were checking on AWS. So I was creating a free trial account, but the message has delayed. Our website, the one we are supposed to use, was flaws.cloud, and I'll just go directly. So flaws.cloud is a website, and it's a cloud website, but we are here to prove that or to know methods of finding out is if a cloud is if a website is stored on cloud, and websites are stored on the S3 containers. And I'll open our terminal, but way before I'll delete this, I'll create a new folder. I'll just call it AWS Sec because I already had AWS security. I'll open the terminal here. Yeah, but you can also just decide to open the terminal from here. There's a specific reason why I'm opening it from here. So the command we are using is called nslookup. nslookup, it's a command that will help us understand more about this website, where it's stored or its details, things like the IP. Yeah, and you can see we've been able to see some details. So to find out if this website is a cloud-based website, I will still use nslookup. But here we've been given IPs. So I'll be going through each of these addresses, and whichever responds will give us the details. So we'll start with the 52.218.242.18. Yeah, and it has already given us an answer. This site we are looking at is stored on the S3 container. You can see it's an S3 website, and location is US West. You can see it's an Amazon AWS.com. So it's stored. It's an Amazon. It's a website based on cloud, and the platform is Amazon. So I'll introduce a set of new commands. So we write AWS S3 and ls. Ls is a command we use for listing. Then we type S3, and here you put 2 slashes, not full stops, 2 slashes, flaws.cloud. Then we use okay, let me just first run it this way without any other information. You see, it's unable to locate credentials. You can configure credentials by running AWS config, but in the first first 3 levels of this website, you don't need to configure. So what we'll do, we'll add a command. So we'll put a no sign request. This can be related to sign in as guest, or this can be related to, this website is a public website, so you can be able to access its contents without necessarily signing in. Yes, we just wait to see what it will spawn out next. And you see it has spawned out some details, and sequentially you can see it has hint 1. This is hint 1, hint 2, hint 3, then index.html, logo.png, robotics.txt, secret, /DDO, and I think we just follow the sequence. So I'll put the AWS S3, but now I want us to copy this data into our machine. So sequentially, I mean we'll be following the order from 1 to 3. So we'll start with 1, S3. We'll use the command copy or download. We use the CP. We're just copying the contents from the website to our local folder. So then we still repeat the S3. You put the colon, the //flaws.cloud. Then you put a slash, and specify what you are copying. So we'll start with the hint1.html, and you can see, so hint1.html is the file. Up to here is the file we are downloading from this S3 container, and then we have from here dot slash. Now we are identifying the file we are copying that information onto. So the file that will be saved on our machine is hint1, but what I can do is I can just put a hint01.html so that we can be able to differentiate from the one we are targeting from the cloud and the one we are having on our machine. So we leave the no send request or accessing as guest. This is just an explanation. Does not necessarily mean we are accessing it as guest. And we enter. So every time you enter or you finish writing a command, you press enter to trigger it, do its function. And just wait, it's loading. Probably it will give us an error on download. You see it has downloaded. So after downloading, just ls. ls is a command used to list all details in a directory, a file, a folder, and here we are using a folder and it's called aws. So ls have that file. We read about this command, so we just open hint. I'll press tab button to autocomplete. Just write hint tab, it autocompletes. It now opens this first part. And we already have this first part. We use the ns lookup command and we got something like this. So we have hint2 here. You can either click on hint2, but since we've already been shown that the details of hint1, hint2, hint3 are here, and we are moving sequentially, so we just go to the hint2. So you just edit the command html hint2 hint2.html, and I put a dot 02. So just like that, with no send request or accessing as guest. This is just an example. Giving an example that we have not logged in or we have not accessed it, but we still can get details of it, or we can be able to trigger it or prompt it to give us details. We have downloaded that. As I tap the ls command, you can see our folder is now having hint1 and hint2. Then we open the hint. Hint2 is the hint02 for all the downloaded files we've been adding as 0 to differentiate from what we are doing. And you can see it has been able to open another page. This is the hint2, and you can see this is our file tree hint2. And since we agreed that we are going to follow the order, we still have hint3 here, not touched on hint3. So we just edit this command. You press the up arrow key button and it brings the previous command that you had used, use 3, and here also I'll edit it to hint3. Then I'll press enter. Enter prompts or triggers the system to run the command, or it just identifies the end of command, so it gives the computer time to process the command. And we just wait for a minute. There it is. Now when you type ls, you can see that we have 3 different files, and the file we're interested in is hint3. So I type open hint, and hint3 is hint03 for the copied file. Yes, and we open. Now what you get is, at this point you'll have found a file that will tell you to go to the subdomain http flaws.cloud. We are still on level 1, and let's open that domain. So we've opened this domain, and here we are now at level 2. It's just explaining what we've learned and all this. The next level 2, the next level is fairly similar with slight twist. You are going to need your own AWS account. Mark this, own AWS account. So AWS gives you they're called free tier accounts, an account you just set up and it's free. It's easier and Hello, my name is Simon. Cybersecurity engineer and active researcher of cybersecurity. I also do write blogs about cybersecurity. I'm an active practitioner in the cybersecurity field. I specialize in cloud and network security, and this is how AWS actually managed to configure the account. So while you're configuring, I use the global pay, that's the digital card from Safaricom. You should be using my M-Pesa app. Then just create it. Then this is what AWS looks like. So AWS is a cloud offering service. It offers cloud services, and what will happen is that these are the services. So we have computing services, we have developer tool, and these are the categories. The computer, we have the EC2, which is known. A developer, we have several. I've never interacted with them. Machine learning, I've never interacted with them. Cloud financial management, we have the AWS marketplace, billing conductor, the billing and cost management. We have containers, we have the Elastic Container Service, we have Elastic Kubernetes Service, Red Hat OpenShift Service on AWS. I have custom enablement, have the application integration, front end web, mobile. So we have AWS Amplify, AWS AppSync, Device Farm, Amazon Location Service. Have the storage, the S3, which is something we've looked at. The website we were looking at was stored on the S3 container. I have the robotics, that's the AWS RoboMaker. Application integration of the step functions and these others. I have blockchain, Amazon managed blockchain. Database, I've probably never have interacted with Oracle database, but not on AWS. And we have quantum technology, that's the Amazon bracket. We have the analytics, there are so many. We've talked about business, end user computing, the workspaces, upstream workspaces, in client workspaces, secure browser. Migration and transfer, there are several. Have security, identity and compliance, have game development, have networking and content delivery, then media services. And so for an AWS account to be used on the CLI or to be used on the terminal, there's something we need to configure. It's called IAM, identity and access management. So manage access to AWS resources. This enables you to manage AWS resources. So I'll click on IAM, identity and access management, and let's just give it time to load. So we already have a user group with one user, two roles, policies, identity providers. And what we'll do, I will create a new user group. So we'll create a group and we can call it test1. And for test1, we see we already have an existing user. So for test1, we'll give them administrator access and manage job function, permissions policy, and we'll give them administrator access amplify. Grants and account administrative permissions, and this one provides full access to the AWS services. And we'll create that user group. So the user group is now we have two. We have test1 and this one. So we'll use this two. And now we need to add users. So this is where we add a user. We can create or add this user, and because the user exists, why can't we add them? But for the good part of it, let's just create a user and add user. Username, not this one. Okay, cancel. No, where we add users. So we created a group. Then we come to users because we already created a group. In group we have admin and what. And now we come to users. We'll create a new user. here, and this user we can call them test user. And then after creating this user, okay, you don't need to have a space, so his name is test user. And yeah, so we have these two groups, and we'll add him to one of these group. Add to user group, we'll add them to test one group. So this is the info. We'll search our user. We had called our user who. Okay, I'll come here to add user, and there's something amiss. So we have user groups there too. Okay, we'll go to next. We'll go to next. Finish setting up or creating these user groups. Okay, creating user and user groups. So we have two users. Have someone test and test user, and we have two groups. The first group is the test one and Walaka. So test one is where I want us to put the user, test user. So we come to the test user and we create an access key. So this access key allows this test user to access AWS managed resources via the CLI. So we'll create access key, and we want to check this first option because we are using the CLI, and an alternative to that CLI is AWS Cloud Shell. The Cloud Shell is here, but we want to run it on our terminal. So we'll create access keys, and you can see we have them here, but and they also give you an option to download a file. It will name it test user access keys.csv. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this one, and then we had our folder. If you remember well, we had our folder in the last video. So this is our folder where we had done several things. So I'll come here and I'll open the terminal here. We just opening the shell. So AWS configure user, then the profile is that user profile is the user. So what's the user profile? You can check here, the download is called a test user. That's what we are entering, test user. So it's a test user. I guess it's user one to be accurate. Test user, it's just test user. So what I'll do, I'll tap enter, then I will be asked to enter the key ID. This is the key ID. The first one is the key ID. I'll come here, then I'll just press Ctrl Shift V. Yeah, that's something that is public. Then we have the secret key. I'll copy it. Then what I'll do is I'll Ctrl Shift V. I don't know why it's displaying. It's not supposed to display, but anyways, now we've set up our user and we've configured them via the CLI. And to just check how many users are existing, so AWS CLI command to check available users on Linux. Yes, some of these commands are not as hard as you may think, but you probably may get to a point to forget them. So what I'll do, I'll just Google and Control Shift V, AWS list users, and it will give us the number of the configured users. Unable to locate credentials, you can configure credentials by running AWS config. I think there's a problem with the command we were given. Not this one. To check available. No. Profiles, not users. Profiles. AWS config. Yeah, this is the command we wanted, and Control Shift V. So we have test user and the same on test one. So the test user is the profile we will be using. Yeah, and hello, my name is Simon. I'm a cybersecurity engineer and active cybersecurity practitioner. And on today's video, we are continue. Yeah, and so we continue with the part 3 of the AWS privilege escalation. The last time we finished, we reached here and we found the secret file. And since I just said that because the files we've been using previously were .html, I only considered the HTML, but probably we'll have to check out the robotics.txt file and know what is inside it. And maybe if curiosity takes the better part of us, I'll just do this. Just AWS SP, and I'll just come and edit the command from here. There's no need of retyping the command if I can edit, and it's called robots slash robots dot txt. I'll space and I'll do this slash and let's save it as curious because of curiosity dot txt. You can give it a name of your preference, not limited to what I'm only typing, and we'll wait and see if it's going to download. The system is telling me my battery is low. Let me connect the charger, and yes, we've been able to download that file. So I'll ls, and we've named it curious.txt. So I'll do the open q then tab. I'll open it. Yeah, this is what the file has, and curiosity had the best part of us. So it's more so of an empty file. It has nothing of much importance. Yes, we just directly go to the part 3 of this, and we'll open it's a subdomain, so it will redirect us somewhere. And at times you have to read the hints, and you see the hint is now giving us something different. Like the first level, you should have figured out to list the files in this directory, and seeing that the listing in this bucket is open. It's available to everyone. It's a public. It's public. That's what they mean when they say it's open to everyone. See the file listing at level. See the file listing at level 3. This S3 bucket has a Git file. There are probably interesting things in it. Download the whole S3 bucket using. Now you see, it's easier even using these hints. But okay, the first parts I was too good at them, but from the second part I think we need to understand the context because we are getting into a more real scenario. So it has given us a command and it has told us no sign request. What we are doing is we'll be downloading. So I'll just copy this command and copy, and I'll come here to a terminal. It's still open in our folder. Can Control Shift V. You see the views no sign request. So what I'll do, I'll just wait and see what happens. The cp command downloads, but it's more of a copy. It copies. You see it has downloaded several things, and let me do a list. You can see that now we have several new files in our system. You remember the last time I had considered naming my files with 01, 02, 03, except for the int4. That was a secret something. No, it was not secret. It was int4 was secret.html. That's only one I saved int4. So the 1, 2, 3 and int4 is the one I had already saved. And index.html, robotics.txt are all files that we've downloaded. So it means that the sync command, this sync, is a command to download the whole bucket. So it means we can now access all the contents of that bucket directly on our machine. So instead of copying one by one, you can just use the sync command and copy the whole contents. I'll type on hint 2. Then hint 2 is giving us something. Now, people often accidentally add secret things to Git repos. and then try to remove them without revoking or rolling the secrets. You can look through the history of a Git repo by running git log. Then you can look at what a Git repo looked like at the time of the commit by running git checkout. It has given us some of these where this will be the hash for the commit shown in git log. Okay, I think we'll go for another hint. Now, AWS, you should have found a key, you should have found the AWS key and secret. You can configure your AWS command. So, the first part we were using our own account, and because once the buckets we were accessing were open to everyone or they were public, and for this specific bucket, it's a private bucket. So it means that what we are doing, we need to have those keys, those specific keys, to be able to access it. The secret keys are the ones that give us access. So with the secret and the keys, you can be able to now configure a profile that has permission to access, and that's where our privilege escalation will come in from. Yes, you can see. So I'll go back to this folder, our AWS folder. I think it has some things it doesn't know it has. Okay, where's the desktop, AWS sec? Yeah, we added some few files and even an image. Added an image, and yeah, it has some details. This curious.txt, we downloaded it, and it was the same thing as the robots.txt. We have a new file, index.html, and index.html is still redirecting us to this point. And yeah, so git log, git checkout, and you just come back here. So most of these files are HTML files, and we need to curious, and these are the same. I have HTML4. That's what we downloaded, and yeah, I think at this point, on this juncture, I'll have to end this video, because okay, whatever is coming in is quite complex. It's not very complex, it's quite complex, and I think let me look at the length of this video already. We are at 7 minutes. I'll just do another video for the same. Yeah, hello. So we continue with this will be video 4 of our AWS privilege escalation. And the last thing we had done is we downloaded this file. We named it hint4 just to continue what we were doing on hint. We checked the curious.txt. It had nothing. So what I'm doing is I'll open it. I had reached here. This is level 4. Okay, it's under level. It's giving us, okay, just a minute. We check at something. Where's the hint 3? Hint 3 level 2. I think it's missing something. Okay, let's just go slow by slow. Level 2, we passed level 2. Yeah, so this is level 3. This is where we are right now. This is where we're supposed to be. And it's a subdomain. I'll just open it, and it's really rating us to several things. And what I'll do, I'll copy it. Yes, I'll just copy. And already we know it's stored on the S3, or it's an S3 website. So we just look at the hint, and the hint here is telling us to download, or it's giving us a command. So it says, like this level, you should have figured how to list the files in this directory and seen that listing in this bucket is open to everyone. I said this bucket, this site was a public site, so it's open to everyone that has authenticity. Any type of if you have an AWS account, you could have been able to access it. See the profile listing at level 3. I won't check that. This bucket has a Git file. There are probably interesting things in it. Download this whole file. You can see the other parts we were doing copy, but in this one we are downloading. So I'll just copy this command. Yeah, I'll just copy it. Yeah, it has the no send request. And since we're on level 3, I'll come here at AWS set. I'll introduce a new folder, create a new folder. I'll call this folder what? I'll call it level 3. There's a reason to that because we are downloading file. And I'll do this. I'll open the terminal here. I'll Control Shift V, paste this one, so that the files we are downloading can be organized in a single place that we can access. Yes, you see it is downloading something. So if we do ls is list, it lists all the files in a directory. You can see that we have hint1, hint2, hint3, hint4, index, robotics, and authenticated users png. And maybe let me just take you back to this as we introduce this one. Let me show you this level 2. We were able to access that bucket using our own details, our own AWS accounts, because this guarantee any authenticated AWS US account. So this meant that anyone that uses AWS, not just users in that account, anyone could have access to the details of this level 2 part. This is to bring clarification, and we have now been able to download a few files. We'll continue using the hint, and now we come to hint 2. Hint 2 tells us something like git log. And okay, it says people often accidentally add secret things to Git repos and then try to remove them without revoking or rolling the secrets. You can look through history of a Git repo by running git log. Then you can look at what the Git repo looked like at the time of a commit by running git checkout, where will be the hash of the commit shown in the git log. Oh wow. So I take you back here, not here. I take you back here, and let me just show you something. While the file was downloading, you can see we had something like git. Before it started the hint 1, hint 2, you see we had something like git. But when we put the ls command that lists, we cannot see them. So we have a command called ls-la. This lists everything. It lists everything in that file, because you can see some of these seem to be hidden. And if even we open that folder, you can only see these, but it has some other files that are not visible. And let's just see. Now you can see that there are several files that were not listed. We have this git. These 4 files were not listed when we are doing the first part, or when we check the folder, we cannot see these. And yeah, I think we are getting to something. Now we will come here and check the hint, and before this, before that one, we here. So we have something called we have a git log. Then I think this is the command will run, and we'll come here, Control Shift V, git log. And yes, after running git log, you can see that we have some sort of information. We have you can see this is a commit f2 something ends with 1, and we come here to the site. You can see that git checkout can be able to look at something of this sort. They are not exact, so I'll just take the first command, git checkout. I'll confirm to you that this ends with a 7, and the other one that we saw here ends with a 1. So we have two commits. Shouldn't have. Okay. By looking at this, we can be able to see, because we had a hint that users delete without revoking, we can probably see that we can check and be able to identify which of these two might be having or might have deleted by the user, thinking that they've gotten rid of it. And looking at the second, or the time it was updated or uploaded or committed, you can see this one came, we check at the second, this one had 9:10:43. You can see all were on the same date, but 9:10:43 seconds, and this was 9:10:07. So it means that the lower one was the first one. So I do the Control Shift V, or just type git checkout. I'll come and copy this one, because it seems it's the older one. can see there are 2 commits in this file. Shift V. Yeah, and after running that, you can see we've received some information. Yes, in a detached head state, index HTML, we're receiving it's giving us some information. Let's now follow the hints. Okay, now I'll go to, that's the git log. Okay, now we go to, you should have found AWS key and secret. AWS key and secret. We've not found AWS key and secret unless I've not been keen. And yeah, okay, we have something. Index.html. Not switching to F2. What? You are in detached. You can now look around and make. So what we've been able to do up to this point, we've been able to run the whole of this up to here. We've realized that using lsa command helped us know that there are hidden files. You can see 1, 2, 3 authenticated user png. Then you have git authenticated users png. Okay, because of curiosity and because I don't want the video to be elongated, I'll use the authenticated png. Let me open it and see. Oh, it's the same file we looked at and it has nothing more. And I'll end this video here. I don't think it has exceeded the 10 minutes. It's on 8 minutes. I'll start a new video directly. And yes, this is the last part we were at. And we were told that at this point we could have been able to get some credentials. So what we'll do, we come back to, we are in the file we're in the folder we downloaded, and since most of it is pointing towards Git, and all these listed are directories, just to confirm, let's try to cd into that, see if it's a directory. And yes, it's let's see the ls. Yeah, it's no, access keys.txt. Where is access keys.txt coming from? And authenticated users. Wow, I don't okay, we just open it. Access keys. Wow, and right here we have the access keys to do what okay, so now we can now configure an account that can be able to access this bucket, because last time, let me just take you and put you back into context what was happening. With this, I want to open this folder. I want to open desktop. Under desktop, I want to open this. Under this, I want to open level 3. And yes, you can see that this file from nowhere has just found itself here. I don't remember downloading it or putting it anywhere here, but after I just did the CD download and I was able to see this file. But anyways, there's also another way to get to that, and because I don't know how we have really gotten it to this folder, I'll just go the other way. So I'll do the CD. Okay, I'll do the CD, then level. Then from there, okay, I was just trying to confirm if all these were directories, and these was confirming if they were directories. And let me just go direct to cd dot git. These are directory. Let's do the ls. You can see it has some few things. It has some details, and let's try the ls. Yeah, probably you can see it has it gives us more information about what exists inside. So because we have head, hooks, index, this shows that these are something like a tree. you use the tree command. Now you see from the tree command, we can, there's a time I said to access, you can't access downloads while you're on desktop. You need to go back uh, to home before you can access downloads. You cannot traverse directly from downloads to desktop. So this is the same thing. This is the tree, and you can see at each point here, hooks holds all these, index holds info, here holds exclude, then logs holds head, refs, and master. And just to be keen, and all these others do also exist. There was something that you should have. You see, there's something we were told, we were checking about the logs. So I think there's something about the log, and yeah, let's go towards that. So we'll do the cd, and because it's a tree, to access anything, you need to follow the tree. So cd log, then I do cd head, it's capital head, press on tab, okay, head is fully capital, head, not, oh, it's not a directory. Okay, we go to refs, okay, cd refs, let's see what is inside. We have heads, and let's try the cd, okay, heads. You can see it's following the directory line, and if we say else ls, you can see master, and let's try cd master. Master is not a directory, and yeah, refs head master. There's a lot of information here. Commit, edit, what. So what we are doing is we're trying to check the keys or anything that is here, so that now that we are inside the directories, okay, git logs refs head. For me to access objects, I need to go back to info on the root, so that I can be able to access any other directory. So I'll do this cd, I'll again type cd, again type cd, yeah, so that ls, okay, gives us this, have logs, info, objects, refs. Refs, I guess, they are references. So we were at logs, so let's do the cd hooks ls, and nope, I don't think something is there. And we do what cd info ls, exclude, there's nothing there, cd, and cd objects ls, we have the OF2F, okay, cd ls. I don't think we can open any further. cd, then to just come back, see, do this, and what have we not looked at? The refs, cd refs ls, and ls we have had cd. I think we looked at it somewhere, yeah, and we also see that there's nothing. So from the direct, okay, the tree, I think the only thing we are remaining with is to check from these files. Yes, I'm always considerate of time. I always intend my videos to be 10 minutes long, and this one still has more time, so we still can juggle around and try to find out. The thing, the funny part of it, and I won't say I'm so surprised, is the part where we were able to get, you see, the first time after downloading, we only had authenticated HTTPs, hint 1, hint 2, hint 3. When we did the LSA, it told us we had a total of 160. We were able to see this, and After getting much into them, we try to look at these and these, and then out of nowhere, out of nowhere, we got this access key.txt. So yes, I did this course quite a time ago, and I didn't use this procedure, or if I use this procedure, there's an explanation to it. What I'll do, I'll just configure. Let me just configure that. Wait a minute. So file what about open theme found file data swap open read only. Okay, I'll configure that account. So what were we told to do? We were told to do what here. We were told to configure and call it flaws. That profile we call it flaws, and copy this one. Okay, actually I'll just copy the whole of this one to ease what I'm doing. And yeah, typed a lot of command control shift V. And when I'm asked about the access key, where is it? It's a Vim. We opened it on Vim. So I'll put this one up to here. No, okay. Copy. Press this and Control Shift V. I come back to the Vim. I'll take this one. Okay. Control Shift V. And what I'll do, nope, I need not to type Control Shift V. I was only to tap on this button to copy it. Yeah, Control Shift V could have also worked. It's in Vim. And now we've configured that account, the profile flaws, and what we are doing next here. And probably I think that's what we were supposed to do to get that file, because it's in the Git directory. It's just that was it in the Git directory? No. Okay, let me just complete. I'll go check somewhere to know if or to find an explanation to that, so that anytime you're doing it, you are sure of what you're doing. Yes, come back here and AWS profile, AWS. Okay, this is what we are being given. I'll just enter Control Shift V. 3 ls. Wow, now we are into something more real, more practical. We've now configured an account. So from here, what we'll be doing is privilege escalation. Privilege escalation is whereby at times you don't have the admin rights, but you can go around and find a way that you can operate as an admin. So that's what we'll be doing, but before that I'll be able to explain to you how the file came about. Thank you. Yeah, okay, hello, we continue with the cloud privilege escalation. This is the number 5 video. This is the 5th video, and I'll take you back here. And yes, I went on and found an explanation to what we were doing. I never wanted it to be something that cannot explain. So what we did, I'll take you back here. After we did LSLA, it showed us some of these things that we were not able to see, and we came here, and after here we did a git log, and it gave us a certain log, and we realized that there had been 2 commits, and so they seemingly had the same date, month, time, and year, but we had to check the seconds. So you can see this one is 43 seconds, this one is 07. The one with the least seconds is the one that now had okay, the one with the least seconds is the one that came first. So it came first before this one was updated, and the user or the person uploading the code realized that he had made a mistake and did this, but he changed here without revoking this one. So what we do is we checked the autosave memory, So after checking the autosave memory, that's when after we did the ls here, we had been pushed back to the first commit so that we are able to see the access key.txt. So the access key.txt had existed in the previous commit, and after him realizing he had uploaded it as a file, he deleted it. So now you can see that we have the explanation to what we were doing. And yes, I think let's continue, and I expect that probably we'll be finishing this. So we had typed the AWS ls s3 ls here down below. Yeah, and we had seen these. We have level 1, 2, 3. So I think we've dealt with level. No, let me not make an assumption. I'll just come back here and look at level 3 starts with 9a AFD3 D AFD3 9 AFD3 9 AF 9 AFD3. Yeah, now it's fine for me to say that we now had dealt with this was the first one we started with. I did level 2. I've finished up level 3. The next thing we're doing is level 4. So we need to go to level 5, 6, now the end. So let's follow up from the instructions we are given on this site info. This is the next level. You can see it was listed there. For the next level, you need to get access to the web page running on an EC2 at. Yeah, now we are now coming into contact with EC2. Yeah, and asking you to sign in. Okay. No, what we'll do, let's read about the hint. It will tell us what we can do. So now, since we've already configured the profile flows, this is what we are doing. Now you can snapshot the disk volume of an EC2 as a backup. In this case, the snapshot was made public, but you'll need to find it. To do this, first we need the account ID, which we can get by using the AWS key from the previous level. So we just do this. See, we had configured something. We had configured an account on this specific platform using their private key and the other one. So what we are doing in the terminal, Control Shift V, get STS get caller identity. Yeah, now we have the user ID. You can see the account. I have something called the ARNS AWS, and you can see it also. There's something user backup, / user backup, and we just follow through. Using that command also tells you that the name of the account, which is in this case is the named backup. The backups these account makes are snapshots of EC2. Next, discover the snapshots. So what we'll do, EC2 describe snapshots on ID, and yeah, we are using the on ID. So I'll come here and confirm if the ID, where's the, I guess that's the ID, Control Shift V, the on ID, yeah, it's matching. So this is the on ID here under the account, so there's no need of me changing it. I'll just copy the command and do it directly there. You must specify the region. Also configure your region by running AWS config. Okay. The region was, am I guessing? No, not really. The region was US West. Let me show you how we get the region. We have, I will come back not to that desktop. Desktop, and then here, I think I saw something like location. The region is Oregon. Yeah, that's the region of it. AWS, US. So what I'll do, I'll just do this and let me show you. Region of Oregon on AWS and US West 2. So I'll do that, US West 2, copy and come back to our terminal. We'll do that, and I guess is it 2? I'll see if it's 2. Region, control shift V. If it's not 2, yeah, there we are. Now we can see that we've been able to get some more details. Yeah, I just checked and realized that we were at Oregon, and that's US West. But if for a keen person, you could have also seen, it's not possible for you to see. So you just go search the region, it's in US West 2. By help of AI, you can also see that the information was easily located. And what do? We come back. We specify the owner ID just to filter out the output for fun. Run that command without the owner ID and notice all the snapshots that are publicly readable by default. Snapshots and are private, and you can transfer them between accounts surely by specifying the account ID of the other account, but number of people just make them public and forget about them, it seems. This snapshot is in US West 2. Oh, so okay, we could have just looked here and see that the region is US West 2, but since we are going procedurally, it was hard for, okay, it's not we couldn't tell that there was more information here, but using that region, we were able to understand that it's US West 2. And yeah, we go to the next thing. Now you see it's now getting more and more. It's getting more and more. It looks more complex, but it's getting more fun as we continue to do it. So as usual, I always check my time. Never want to exceed 10 minutes. I only have 1 minute and some few seconds, so let me see. Okay, first, now that you know the snapshot ID you are going to want to mount it, you'll need to do this in your own AWS account, which you can get for free. First, create a volume using the snapshot. Okay, let's create the volume. And I think I don't know if time will allow for us to extend a little the control shift V. Your account, and then this command here. The account we've named it flaws. Or what account am I supposed to use? Let me just check. Own account. Okay, they want me to use my own account. So my own account, we had named it new. This is what we had named our own account new. And yeah, you can see it's giving us some details, and we'll just read through. Now in the console, you can create an EC2. I prefer Ubuntu, but any Linux will do. In the US West region and in the storage option, choose volume you just created. SSH in with something like SSH, your key.pem, Ubuntu, 199, compute, Amazon. Yeah, I'd love to end this video from here, then I'll start the next video. Yeah, and hello, we continue with part 6 of the video. Let me confirm my mic, it's okay. The part 6 of the video was, we had read the first part and did it. Now in the console, you can create an EC2. Okay, we had read that. SSH in which with something like, choose the volume you just created. Okay, let's enter this one and see what it tells us before we move further to do anything else. Control Shift V. And yeah, we've reached a point. It's telling us warning identity, your .pem not accessible, no such file or directory. Should we Control C? So we first of all, I want us to, okay, we're just fine. And are we really fine? Let me see. And okay, to generate a .pem file, I seek from ChatGPT. It's something I don't. Okay, I'll just. This is what ChatGPT gave me, so I'll generate it and give me how to generate it. And yes, AI comes in handy sometimes when you're doing research, but every time just make sure you're getting the context of what you want. The passphrase for my key. Yeah, and there we have our passphrase, and it's giving me, it's telling me to set the correct permissions. Mhm. Okay, I'll just copy through what it's giving me to make a video short. And that's mode 400. What we've done is we've set the correct permissions. SSH won't use the key unless it's secure. This is just to ensure that the key is secure. Add the public key to your server, EC2 rather. Go to the EC2 dashboard, key pairs, import pair, what. So, okay, now you can connect. We're here to confirm we saved it as my key dot pem dot pub. It was public, and we have my key dot pem private. We saved this one, key dot pem. You can see the last command had saved the private key file as that. So what we are doing is we are going back here and we copy the same command because we've saved it the same way. I presume my key dot pem. Okay, it's being saved as my key hyphen pem. My key hyphen pem. No, my hyphen key pem. So I come back here and Control Shift V. Then I just come back here. My hyphen key, and you see it's highlighting it, meaning you see it has made it bold. It has highlighted it, meaning it exists. I think it will ask for the password we had set. Let's just wait and see. And maybe as it's still loading, we can see your identification has been saved in my key.pem. Your public key has been saved in my key.pem.pub. The key fingerprint is SHA-256, blah blah blah. Churchboy Kali. The key's random at image is that one. We're still waiting to see what happens next. And yes, just to repeat this, that AI comes in handy when we're performing some tasks, but anytime you do something with AI, ensure that you are getting the context, because most of the time it's explaining. It's explaining something. You see, it's now even explaining that EMI, Ubuntu, Amazon, Linux, ECUs are real. It's giving you the context. Let's just wait and see what it's doing. It's still computing. Ubuntu at EC2, Ubuntu at EC2. I had not done this before, so I don't know the time it takes to process or to either give an error, give what we requested, and just to get the context. Let's do what is dot pm file, something of that sort. IIs. A PM file is a short for privacy enhanced mail. It's common file used in public key infrastructure (PKI) for sorting cryptographic keys and digital certificates while initially designed for secure email. Its use has expanded significantly in web security, particularly for SSL TLS certificates. Yeah. And what is PM file in header? PM stands for Privacy Enhanced Mail. Is PEM format is often used to represent certificates, certificate requests, certificate chains, and keys. The typical extension for a PEM formatted file is .pem, but it does not need to be. It can be .pem.pub for a public one. So yes, that statement is telling us that. And yeah, that's what a PEM file is, a PEM. Okay, we come back here. SSH connect, connection timed out. Yeah, so it gets to a point while some of these operations take even up to 7 minutes, and probably I'll do it and I'll explain it. And so we close our video from here. We were at where were we? At level 4. And how many levels are remaining? There are three levels remaining. Are they 3? Yeah, we have 1 from level 5, 6, and the end. Yeah.